everyone! Welcome to Time Travelers. This is a game that uses the Monster of the Week's system, where it's very sci-fi, kind of based on Lovecraft a bit. Spooky things happen. I think last week we had an encounter with a ghost slash time anomaly going through the catacombs of Edinburgh, Scotland. So yeah, that's exciting stuff. I am your GM. I'm Rowan North. I'm a freelance illustrator and art educator. You can find my stuff at rowannorthillustrations.org. And I'm about to introduce you my motley crew. Let's start with Maddie. Do you want to introduce yourself and your
Hi,
character?
that's me. Yeah, I'm Barty or Maddie, either one's fine. And my character is Megan Gant. She is a photographer who wants to get those action shots of these ghosts. And that causes trouble sometimes, but don't worry because she's apparently good at making friends with the ghosts. You can follow me at nowhere. Do not follow me. I will be here and only here. Don't follow me anywhere else. If you find me, don't tell me. Anyway, that is me.
I was muted. Thank you so much, Maddie. All right, Hannah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Hannah, or Whoa Hannah, on any platform that you can find me on. Not that I do a lot there. I am a tabletop role player gamer and GM occasionally, though not on this channel. I do also play in another game on Fridays. Today I will be playing Elizabeth Mattock, who does magic even when she shouldn't.
Hey, Owen said you did great last time. That you did good. So
I'm so happy I got to do magic and didn't get yelled at.
You got praised. All right, next, Matt Hoadley.
Hi, hello. I'm Matt. You can find me at Matt Hoadley on Twitter. I play Jason Andrews, and he's having a day.
Yep.
It just keeps going.
Yep. Well, we're gonna address some of that this time, hopefully. All right. Last but not least, the lovely Samantha.
Hi, I'm Samantha Owings, or Fox, and I play Christina Mandery, who is a mom whose kid can see like supernatural spooky things. So she got involved with all this so she can learn more, so she can bond. I am also a Celtic harper. I play a lot of folk music, so you can find and listen to some of that on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all under Mistress of Melody. And the of is really important. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. And that is our crew. Let's talk about what happened last time for those of you who are new, like what you've missed. So last time you went on your first mission with Owen, and this was kind of a get your feet wet, kind of start learning what you need to do as a time traveler, trying to stop time anomalies and the likes. So you went through the catacombs of Edinburgh and ran into the ghost of a man who had done murders down there in the catacombs, and had that negative energy led to a time anomaly where he still is around. There was a lot of weird things that happened. For instance, Megan ended up in the wrong time due to a haunt. Actually met the man, but all of you managed to take care of this ghost, so to speak. Elizabeth, you were able to, open a rift, push him back in, pretty much, right? If I recall correctly.
I think I punched him with magic, and then Owen used a crystal to seal him away.
Yes.
To attract the void to eat him.
Yeah, that was it. Void went.
Void gotta eat too.
Well, actually, that's the whole point of time. That's what Owen has said. The point of existence is that when time ends, the void has a feast. Owen, it takes you all home, takes you all back. I don't remember if I left on a specific cliffhanger or anything like that, but you all managed to save the day, so to speak. So he has his watch. He sets it. He actually doesn't have to set the watch. He actually presses a button, and it sets to the time that they left. A few seconds after, actually, and he's like, "That's very important. You do not want to run into yourself at any given point." And he says, "Now, please, you must hold on this time. We don't want any more lost people. I can't promise that you all will come back as some whatever you are now."
He's Jason.
Takes a big old pull off the whiskey bottle. Don't you worry about it, Prof. I'm fine.
What have I said about the whole prof nickname? Just call me Owen, please.
No.
So with that, Owen says, "All right, hold on. For God's sake, hold on." And offers his hand or arm for you guys all to, I guess, pop onto.
We
all grab
grab
it.
it. We
Yeah.
grab it.
We do that, DM.
I
Okay,
feel like,
good.
for the sake of things, Christina like kind of grabs the back of what's his name's shirt just so he doesn't let go again.
Jason, sure. Yeah, like, okay, no, I got you.
Ain't nobody falling off of this ride.
All right,
This
I
time.
would like someone to roll me 2d10. Somebody.
I think Sam's on it. Samantha.
Sam,
Me,
you got it?
I'm rolling. Yes, I have dice.
Because she got the physical dice.
I do. That's a 97.
You're fine.
'Kay.
Nothing happens this time. Thank God.
Hooray.
That's wonderful.
So, yes, your trip back through the void is uneventful. It is still weird, and you still feel kind of like dizzy and queasy as you go through. There is that kind of feeling of like the floor like falling out from under you, and that odd kind of warmness that the void is, that not as cold as you'd expect it to be, but you really don't feel anything at all at the same time. It's all in your head. It's always weird.
We love weird.
But yeah, it's uneventful. You and before you know it, you are back in Owen's lab. And he's like, "Well, that actually went better than expected. Well, for the most part." He does cast eyes at Jason.
Nobody died or got lost for permanent time.
Thankfully. I mean, that would have solved the whole, government problem, but no, I'm glad you're all right.
Jason's just dead-eyeing him this whole time.
Okay, question. Speaking of like government or higher authorities, what about us who left cars at that other place?
Yes, we were going to grab that for you. Yes, let's quickly go back in time and grab those. Who all had a car?
I think it was just Christina and Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Left my bike there.
You want your
Is-
bike?
Throw
Is
it
it
in
a
my
bicycle
backseat.
or
Throw it in my backseat.
Yes, a bicycle.
yeah, we'll take care of it.
All right. Okay, someone else roll me a D100. Come on.
I got you.
Okay.
82.
You're fine. So yeah, nothing happens. You're fine.
We're good at time travel.
Basically,
Best at time
it's a very quick in and out. Basically, Owen takes everyone who needs to, which I think everyone except Elizabeth.
I'll watch the lab. It'll be fine.
Please don't say that. I'm immediately having regrets.
I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing.
All right. So, yeah, and it's uneventful. Owen kind of hides you away until he is sure. Like, he sees the van peel off, and then he immediately is like, okay, go, go, go. And everyone grabs the stuff. You get out of there about the time that the police arrive. So, just like that. Breath of fresh air. But yeah, no, it's uneventful. You get back to the lab. No need for time travel for that, as it is only a few seconds after you left, and it takes longer to drive there than it is from where you were last. So, Elizabeth, you're literally there for like perhaps a minute, 5 minutes at the max, and then here everyone piles in.
She is looking at stuff, but not touching anything.
Good.
Oh, hey, that was fast.
What can I say? Time travel. Plus, the house wasn't exactly far from the school.
So what are we doing now? Also, where am I going to live?
I'll take care of that for you.
Okay.
As I am a professor, this is what I would. My suggestion is this: that we will get you enrolled in school, probably part time, and then I can have you have a dorm for yourself. Please. Huh?
I'm not sure my grades will support that.
I'll take care of it. We'll have private classes or something of the like. Regardless, we'll figure that out later. We'll figure out the housing situation. We could do the dorms, or we could even have an nearby apartment. It's not like we're kind of in an urban center as it is, so
I already
epicenter.
live in the dorms.
Well, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Elizabeth. You are fine. Well, he says I would be willing to give you a tour, but we first, I suppose, let's quickly debrief what happened. This is generally what I would expect when I suppose you are experienced enough to do these things on your own. On your own. We'll figure it out. When is I would expect some sort of report, of course, a debriefing, so to speak, just to ensure that everything went according to plan, all things like that. I know that Megan, I know that you have plenty of other schoolwork on your plate, and the last thing you want to do is write another report, but that may be that would be the way to keep this professional and organized. Last thing we want to do is break time more. And so it requires a lot of extra, some work to ensure things don't go wrong.
I understand. As long as I get to keep the raw photographs for myself, I think I'll be fine.
He thinks about this and he's like, yes, we will have to figure out what to do when you time travel, of course. Some of these I suppose you won't be able to say submit for schoolwork or things like that, because that has way too many questions as why you have a photograph from the 1930s. But we can figure something out, and if it's for yourself and your own personal collection, I don't personally see the harm in that. Granted, I'll keep an eye on the timeline and make sure that doesn't mess anything up. We may have to revisit that, but it sounds to me, actually, Miss Megan, that you would actually prefer to stay within this era or this year, so to speak. That way, this can be actually submitted work.
Yeah, of course. I do want to get my degree eventually. That's why I came here.
That makes sense. Yeah, we can. I can make you I suppose, defer to you when we have tasks to do within this year or roundabouts, so to speak. He actually turns to you, Christina, and says, "You mentioned that you were good at cars."
I wouldn't say good, but I would say I can do basic repair.
Well, as you know, the van is very specialized. So taking into a mechanic is difficult. Too many questions asked, you know what I mean?
If you want me to do work on your car, I'm not going to do it for free.
Understandable. I actually have another suggestion. My suggestion is that perhaps you should be in charge of the van entirely.
Oh, so if it's my car, then I see what you're doing.
I mean, it is technically still my equipment, but regardless, like, you could be in charge of, the keeping an eye on the monitor, the data coming in, the different screens, all of that sort.
Yeah. I don't see how that could be a problem.
Yes, I think this would work out quite well. Granted, if you were to go into locations and things like that, I would suggest that someone stays with the van at all given times, but we can still rotate people out as needed. But ultimately, I would want you to have that job, especially if you know your vehicles.
You trust me.
You are the most responsible. You and Jason, probably.
Jason is like lounging back in a chair, kicked up on the back two legs, and is like basically just has the whiskey bottle at his mouth, just slowly pulling on it. Just like,
He stopped giving a fuck.
it's been a day.
He's a fake cop, and I have a kid. I'd hope we'd be responsible.
Not a cop.
I said fake cop.
All right. Fair enough.
Fake cop. Yes, indeed. So he's like, when you say, Christina, when you say, "Oh, you trust me," and Owen actually pauses and looks at you. And he's like, "Don't make me regret that."
I won't take advantage of you.
For some reason, the way you say that makes me a little bit uncomfortable.
Don't worry about it.
So, Elizabeth, he actually looks to you.
What's up?
Now, Elizabeth, we discussed a little bit, I guess, living arrangements. Here's the situation, is that you are rather unique and in a unique set of circumstances.
Because I'm not from this time.
Well, that too, but I was specifically talking about your magic.
Oh, right, that.
Yes. The situation is this. We need to get you accustomed to this time. It's environment, I suppose. And we do need to train you better at better use of magic. You did well this time, but lest we do forget, you did happen to break things before this point in time.
I thought magic wasn't real.
It is time anomalous. Whatever the fuck, you know exactly what I mean.
I do.
But referring it to magic is way easier than spouting my psychobabble all the time.
So how are we training me at magic?
Well, I did think once we figure out your living situation, I would rather you stay here around the labs, perhaps as an assistant. Help keep things clean. If you have noticed, this place is a lot for one man. So I would like you to be my assistant and work here, so to speak. I can give you a allowance, so to speak, in return, and help train you. We will spend a good amount of the day, I would say, at least an hour or two per day, about the same time, making sure you have training while I do not have classes or other responsibilities, because I am still a professor, of course. But in the meanwhile, I'll get you accustomed to the lab, its equipment, everything here, and you will be in charge. You are also technically my security then.
I mean, as long as you're not calling me your maid.
Why would I do that? That's...
You mentioned cleaning. Just want to make sure we're not being gross.
What?
Jason is barely holding it together, like behind the professor. He's loving this.
But all right, I guess I could use some practice.
Sorry, I think... Yes, no, I'm not interested in the slightest. I apologize. But yes, this will be your job. This will be your training ground and your classroom. If you are interested in the classes and if we need to get you enrolled, I can see about that. But once again, that's up in the air. We'll figure out what's the best living situation for you. I do not want you to live too far from campus, but there is more options than just dorms. Though it is important that you do, I suppose, have a social life of some sort. There's a lot for me to consider here. I will...
We're really thinking about it when you adopted a girl from 2010, were you?
Please do not make this weird.
I don't know. I feel like she's trying really hard to make it weird.
I'm just
Yes,
enjoying
I would say
sassing him,
rather-
honestly.
Rather on purpose. So with that, finally, he turns to you. Jason,
Yes.
I must admit, I'm at a complete and utter loss.
Oh, is that a new feeling for you, Prof?
I'm really not dropping that. We're not really not... I have to live with that now, don't I?
Yeah. We all gotta live with stuff.
Raven says, don't make this weird, because plucking people from time and navigating the void is totally normal. Listen, when things get oddly sexual, that's Owen's hard limit.
Like the hilarious thing is I wasn't even like overtly trying to be sexual. I was just trying to be sassy.
It was clearly the way that you're saying it, where it's just like, oh, oddly flirty.
That's just the 2010s. They were like that back then. I mean,
It's true. It's just the 2010s.
Raven's like, it's true. That's really funny. Anyways, he's like, no, I find myself at a loss quite often. It's this is another sass, I suppose.
No.
Well, before we were going to talk about your whole situation with the government, what you could report, things like that, because I'm not ready exactly to have the government breathing down my throat or find myself locked up in a lab for the rest of my life. Well, that's ironic, isn't it? Well, regardless. But it seems the tables have turned a little bit. I'm not entirely sure what you are or what happened to you.
Sip.
No answer. That was an invitation to explain more.
Nope. And he gets up and just goes, so when are we meeting back here next?
We're not quite done. I would like to talk to you more if you are not comfortable with the group, perhaps privately, just about your situation. Like, what are you going to say?
It's real easy, Doc. It's real easy. And he's like walks up to him, like slides the bottle into a pocket on his coat, just like pats him on both shoulders, just goes, we're both weirdos in the void, aren't we, old man? And he just gives him this dead eye that just says, like, I know you don't belong. Like, that's the look he's trying to communicate. Just like, push and find out.
He pauses. He considers this. It's like, I think I understand. Very well then.
And Jason just like grins, just like, so when are we meeting back here?
I would.
Do we need like a group chat or something?
I'd love to get everyone's phone numbers.
Oh yeah, can you turn our phones back on now?
Did I bring my phone? Oh no.
we
That's
will
okay.
get
We've
you
got
a
better
phone,
phones in this
Elizabeth.
time anyway.
Oh
Yeah, it would have been outdated, and I don't think it would have worked anyways.
Yay.
What is it that you had before? What, a Nokia?
I think
Was
we're
that
up to the
era of the
iPhone
Nokia?
20 now. I think they skipped numbers 15 through 20, so they just skipped straight to 20.
No, 25 actually, to be precise. There was that
Oh.
weird era where they have like the smart folding phones.
Oh yeah, that was weird. Why did we do that again?
Because we could. That's simply the answer for anything scientific, to be honest. Yes. Now that we have, I suppose, discussed this, and we are, I presume, on the same page. He does glance over at you, Jason. Yes. I will disable the electronic, the thingamabobber. Like I remember the name of everything.
The EMP field?
Yes. Thank you. Wait. What?
What?
That's funny. Corrected by Elizabeth. That's amazing.
Maybe she was listening earlier.
Maybe.
Maybe.
God, I want that to happen more.
So good.
Christina's still stuck on them talking about phones, just thinking about her weird, like, folding phone in her pocket that she actually really likes.
Oh no.
I kind of miss like actual physical keyboards.
So
Anyway.
the thing with the folding smartphone is they're actually working on that, where it's the glass that you fold. They're working on that right now. So,
Foldable glass.
yep.
What?
Yep. Yep.
It's only been 20 years. What happened?
Yep. This is a real thing in real life right now that is happening.
So I guess I'll just write everyone's numbers down and add them when I get the phone, but I guess y'all can exchange numbers.
Yes. Yes. Hold on. He wanders off a bit to turn off the MP field, making sure so the phones can turn back on. He's like, and I suppose that there's no need to erase any data now that we're on the same page, as long as, once again, this isn't abused. Christina, please do not post this onto your online forum. I swear to God.
I wanted to do that, and now I can't because you called me out.
Just make an anonymous account. I mean, don't do that, obviously.
Owen gives you this tired look, Christina, and says,
No, I'm the responsible one. Don't worry.
No, he's like, you don't think I've stalked the exact same forums?
Yeah, it's fair.
So, he's like, yes. So I suppose there's no need to erase data now. Megan, your camera, as long as, once again, well, we can discuss what is proper to submit to your classes and what's not, but if it's for personal collection and portfolio, by all means. And once again, if I discovered that this does tamper with the timeline or cause anomalies, we will rediscuss the issue. But for right now, time is, once again, a bit more elastic than that. So I'm not particularly concerned. So with that, he's like, we will meet again tomorrow. I have some things to work on. I suppose what time is best for all. Megan, you're the only one I'm particularly concerned about in that front, as you do have classes. I suppose in the evening, 6 o'clock, perhaps. Perhaps I'll order a pizza. Any
The
faces?
silence.
Yeah.
I love pizza.
Excellent.
I have nowhere else to be.
Yes, Elizabeth, I suppose when you are not sleeping or, whatever, I expect you to be here but we do not have an apartment quite yet. I will set something up, bed for you here, I suppose. Yes, tomorrow I will give you, I suppose, the grand tour, but for now there's lots to process. But yes, I will see you all tomorrow. So with that, what do you guys do? Where are you staying? What's your normal routine like? Do you I don't know, especially for Jason, things have been kind of shook up. What are you?
Jason's gonna go back to his apartment. He's gonna spend time decompressing, cleaning all of his gear. And he's gonna figure out how to BS his government job without just having to quit.
Yeah.
Because he's now just like, this is what I'm involved in now. Good. This is great. Gonna have to deal with this.
Yeah.
So he's figuring that out and largely getting very drunk.
Like I mentioned, that your tolerance for alcohol is much higher than it was before.
Great.
So it's more difficult. Wow, that's a word. It's more difficult to get drunk, but Um,
He gonna
Just
try.
needs to drink.
But you can
he's
do
just
it
gonna
if you
need to
put your
drink
mind to
stronger
it.
things.
or just more in general, which you were already halfway
Working
there.
on a
So,
bottle, yeah.
Christina, you're from out of town.
Yeah, she lives a couple states over. She's got a hotel for the week, so that's a good short-term solution. And I feel like she just kind of like goes back and is like trying to plan out what she's gonna do now. 'Cause she's like, well, I live far away. I gotta watch the kid on the weekends. And once she's done with that, I feel like she also drinks, but less of like, crap, I had a day drink, and more like, man, I had a day kind of drink.
I know. Do you talk to Cherry at all about what you experienced?
She taught her about time traveling.
She's gonna write it all down, and she will tell her kid at the end of the week.
Excellent. Megan, what about you?
So I'm going to continue doing my classes, I guess, and I'm going to use some of my savings to buy an additional camera, one that's a Polaroid-esque camera.
Interesting.
Because I do have
So-
my DSLR, and now I need the Polaroid one too.
Those good like film cameras.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, there's still those. Every once in a while there is a resurgence of the interest in old Polaroids, that community that wants to keep the art of, photo, the old-fashioned film photos alive. Heck, there's one now, IRL, that there's a whole group who's like, film is so much better, haha. But so yes, you can find Polaroids, you can find antique ones, you can find ones by, indie brands, not Polaroid itself. Polaroid, I don't think exists anymore.
That's
So
fair. They probably got bought out by GameStop. They took over a lot of things in the year 20.
GameStop is
40.
too powerful. Who will stop them?
They became this massive conglomerate for some
first
reason.
ThinkGeek and now Polaroid. Beautiful.
Yeah, but Raven, what ended up happening is that GameStop, after their massive resurgence, they started buying out all these tech companies like Polaroid.
Amazing. Listen, it's 2030. We can do what the heck we want. Yes, the Tecmo Cool Polaroid. So that's what you do, Megan. We'll discuss you, Elizabeth, because there's a little bit more that's going to go on with you. But first, let's go on a break. My body needs it. So, yes, no worries. Voice of God from above. Yes, we'll be back in 15. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. Hello, welcome back. I'm really loving these what the future has in store for theories or whatever. How off the wall they are. So please keep it up, guys. We got Polaroid versus GameStop and Minecraft 2 with Matthew Patrick as the head writer. I love it. All right. So time theory. So let's get to Elizabeth. Elizabeth.
Hello.
You are left alone for a little bit. Owen has to grab things from his apartment. Just for like, say, about 10-15 minutes. Do you still behave, or are you starting to explore?
I mean, I'm gonna look at stuff, but I don't understand how any of it works, and like.
All right, so there is
He has like a fridge or like drawers and stuff, and I go poking through stuff, but I'm not gonna touch any technology.
Yeah, how far do you explore? Because there's that main front room. Like, once again, this feels like that warehouse kind of feel. And then there's the rooms and the balcony, kind of the upstairs above.
Well, if I'm going to be his assistant, then I probably should know the layout of the entire building.
Yeah. Owen did say he was going to give a tour, but are you touring yourself?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. So, I should draw a picture of the layout of this place. But basically, you've got your front, the big space that you're in, and the stairs that lead up through the door that you came in through. This open white space, this is where all the equipment is. This is where the electronics, you do have the table where you guys were meeting around. Lots of stuff on tables. Clearly this is kind of where he works on his electronics and things like that. There's lots of bits and ends. There are drawers here, but they're all full of different parts.
It's just like a bunch of junk drawers.
Pretty much. I mean, all probably is needed, most likely.
I mean, you need stuff in junk drawers.
Precisely. I would think of it more as, say, a handyman's shop or something like that, where, you have screws and you have the different, tools, screws in the different little, whatever the heck they're called.
Who knows?
You do notice that, he seems to be pretty generally organized. Yes, things are a little out of hand because he is a busy man. So there is a lot of clutter on desks and things like that. But in general, like, he has things, labeled and organized and things of the like.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah. You don't understand what half the labels are saying, but
I expected that.
You do find that there's like a back, there's like a couple of closets along this area. There's like a couple of rooms. When you open them, one's a janitorial closet, obviously. There is, guys, can you not? I'm sorry if you heard that. That's the cats attacking each other. Goodness. Okay, Nero, leave Glitch alone. Sorry. Children.
So there's a closet full of skeletons.
Yeah, there's there's not as much as you expect from, like, say, a professional place. Not as much supplies. This is clearly stuff he's picked up on the way, that he's needed. So it's much less organized than the rest of the place. You do have some cleaning sprays. You actually look, and all the cleaning sprays are Windex, all of them. There's no like 409. There's no.
There's no vinegar solution.
One of the Windexes is the Windex with vinegar, which I personally use this myself too. But no, it's all Windex, and they're like a different varying like
Just
amounts
series
of
of Windex.
Yes.
Like, Elizabeth is like, is there only Windex in the future?
Yeah, no, they're mostly like, there's the blue Windex. There's Windex that is like clear, and that's the one with the vinegar in it. But it's all Windex, and it's just like, what the heck? And apparently
Future's weird.
Apparently, he had forgotten that he had already bought some Windex. He tends to be a little bit tries to be a little bit obsessive and is like, yes, I need something to clean with. Oh, I forgot that I already have like a half full bottle of Windex. Wonderful.
That's
Anyways, yes, he can't be organized about everything. He's just a man after all. You got a mop and a basic bucket, but not one of those utility buckets. It's literally just a bucket. Things you can find at like Walmart.
Pathetic.
It's difficult. The other closet, and it does seem to be like it seems to initially like probably be like where the water heater is, except he has curtains kind of pulled up in front of where the water heater and everything is, and instead there is those racks like you see in a store, racks and racks of costumes. Bless you, Matt. It looks like a theater, like a theater closet basically, where you have rows and rows of he seems to have been collecting all these different period appropriate clothing. This one is more organized. He definitely made sure that they're clean and hung up, but it is crowded in there.
It's so beautiful.
Most of them are for men, like clearly his size, but that's what he's been doing.
But one day I could have that.
Yes. So you're just like digging through and seeing all these beautiful like.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be like, I want to see all the different eras he has.
Like you see different kinds of hats. You've got like the top hat. You've got, because not only does he have the different eras, he also has based on class and role, and life. It is crowded. Like there's like 3 of those like long clothing racks just like squished up against each other.
You could really use a
space.
walk-in closet.
Oh, absolutely. Well, he clearly made the best of what he has. I mean, it's a decent sized it's a decent sized space. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we're talking about a college boilers, water heaters, and the like. So it's a decent amount of space, but it's crowded to the bone for sure. That's what's in that room. Then you find that there's a door that leads to stairs up. This seems to be for the balcony area where you see the other doors. In there, you do find that there are like bathrooms, thankfully. One's for boys, one's for girls. Then this space seems to be more clean, less of the warehouse feel, more like offices. There's like the carpet. You do have like the break room, so to speak, where there is a fridge, a microwave. There is no oven or anything of that, but he does have one of those like toaster ovens. It looks rather old. You get the feeling like he perhaps picked that up on one of his adventures through time.
Steals more than just people from time.
They just don't make them the way that they used to.
Is time theft still theft? Probably.
Is time theft still theft? Yeah, you can get away with it though.
It's not theft if no one catches you, probably.
Probably.
I'll just hang out, wait for him to come back.
Yeah, you've got like a table there, chairs, a sink, one of those like round tables and like different chairs. The chairs aren't necessarily matching.
That's a mood.
Like you get the feeling like he took the extra chairs from his from the classrooms that weren't being used, or perhaps from the storage. And
organized lab, mismatched chairs. Who is Owen even?
listen, he only could go so far. I mean, everything's clean. Like the pantry itself is organized, even like the cupboards. It is quite organized, but yeah, it is. It's you still get that a little bit of that bachelor pad feel almost. Interestingly, looking in the bathrooms, there are showers that he has had installed or installed himself, perhaps. You do get that DIY project kind of feel from him.
I don't know, maybe there's time goop that you gotta shower off when you get back home. I don't know how time works yet. We'll figure it out.
Then there is a couple of other doors, but they are both locked.
Okay.
So yeah, Owen comes back. Are you just hanging in? Where are you hanging out at?
I mean, probably once I finished looking around and found all of the doors, I just go back and does he like have a couch in the lab?
No.
Is there anywhere to sit in the lab?
Yes, there are chairs in the lab. I think I did.
All right.
But
sit on one of
once
those,
again, a
but
little
not
bit mismatched.
properly. Like across the side of the chair.
The gay sit.
Exactly.
So yeah, he does come back, and he comes back with like comforter, like a pile of comforter blankets, a couple pillows, and he's like, oh, well, there's a couple options for where you can stay. Sleep.
What's the O for?
I, for some reason, expected you to be in a lot more trouble than you are.
And yet you left me here anyway.
Did I have a choice?
All right. Where am I sleeping?
We can set you up here in the lab, or there is space above if you would like to sleep in the hallway.
Hallway sounds all right. The lab has a lot of whirring noises.
Ah, I see. Are you the sort that is kept up by those noises?
Nah. Maybe. I don't know.
I personally enjoy the white noise, but that's just me. So he goes up and sets the pile of blankets and pillows down in the hallway above.
I'm gonna build a nest.
Yes. I suppose that you can help yourself to anything I have in the cupboards and the fridge. I can't say it's a lot. I suppose I must stock up on more than just bagels and blonde roast coffee.
Hey, I love bagels. We good?
Perhaps cereal? Are you a cereal fan?
Sure, dude.
No. I mean, I don't understand what is so funny about cereal.
Nothing. You just are not. You clearly have no idea what you're doing here, and it's really funny, but that's okay.
I mean, well, no, I didn't exactly expect to have someone who can manipulate time with their hands.
No, normal food's good. I don't know. I like instant noodles. I like cereal's fine, I guess. You're putting too much thought into it.
Welcome to my life. Yes, entertainment. That must be. Well, I suppose we'll get you a phone and you can watch videos from there. We can probably get that for you tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll see what I can do in between classes. With that, Owen kind of leaves you alone. There in the...
He doesn't trust me, but he just leaves me in the lab because there's no other choice.
Oh yeah, he's only one man. Excellent. So Jason, I need you to roll me 100.
Oh boy. 61.
61. Ooh, 61. Okay. So a few things that you discover about yourself in your drunken stupor.
Oh boy.
Um,
Best time for self-discovery.
yeah. One, you still need sleep.
Okay.
You are not a sleepless entity. Your body seems to be still somewhat human. And it has needs. You still need to pee. You still hunger. You still thirst. And you still need to sleep. To a lesser extent than I suppose other normal people have, which I know that you're rather sleepless as it is, so
Yeah, it's a bit of a distraction, but not much. It's fine.
and uh it might be partially because of the alcohol, but you also do not dream. Your dreams are black as the void, you might say.
Good. That's promising.
Mm-hmm. While you are in this sleep state, however, you do find your senses, I wouldn't say your human senses, but the other senses. Your normal five senses, no, but your other senses that have been granted to you by the god within the void are a little bit heightened. And you become keenly aware of things like little bright spots on a map, almost, where you are keenly aware of the oddities of time. Almost like you can smell it. Owen's lab, for instance, is a very, very distinct sense. You get a distinct sense for that. And something inside you says it's what those crystals he has in that little jar.
So am I getting to feel like a wider feel?
Yeah. Those like I'm trying to think. Like those maps that they have in like airports or museums where they have those little pinpoints of light that light up or whatever. Something like that, except it's more like just the surrounding area, more like the town surrounding. It's not like you can sense the whole world.
Okay.
But
so when I'm starting to figure this out, I want to like pull out, if I have to go down to my car and get it, but pull out like one of those folding maps, lay it flat, and as best I can try to map out where I'm feeling them.
You would, but you're asleep.
When I wake up.
Okay. About what time do you wake up? Do you think?
I don't know. What time do I wake up?
I mean, you're pretty drunk, so
probably
and
it's
exhausted.
Probably 7 or 8. Like he probably normally tries to get up at 6 and go for a run, and this is just he's enjoying a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead and say 9. You really had a rough time.
I had a rough day.
You do have a hangover. That's another thing you get enjoyably.
Oh, good. Couldn't have taken that away. Got it.
No.
Agent Jason can have a little sleep in as a treat.
So yeah, you grab a map from the car, and unfortunately you can't fully remember anything from your dreams quite.
Okay.
Have like the ones that were most distinct, perhaps. You can remember Owen's lab for sure.
Right. So the ones that are like sticking out to me as a more distinct, like I know something was in this general area. I actually want to like drive by there just to see if I can feel it a little bit when I'm closer.
So you don't have the third eye ability yet, do you?
No, I have not failed enough to gain that.
So what we'll do is have you roll plus weird.
Can do. 8.
8, mixed success. So no, you do not have the third eye ability. So while you are awake, you really can't see anything unique about those places.
Okay.
But nothing bad happens. There's a couple of ones that you do remember, however. You do remember Owen's lab, and then there was one other in the university. You're not quite positive where. That was rather distinct.
Okay. So I'm going to slowly start making like a heat map as I remember more. This is like a longer term project now.
Oh, definitely.
So
it'll definitely be easier once you discover you have a
third eye. Yeah.
There is the other one that you kind of remember is the older district of the town. Things like that. A graveyard was another one. Things like that. Places that are old. That's what you're getting the sense of. Places that are old, have a history, are more likely to have that light. You're not even quite positive what it was.
Okay.
Exactly.
Cool. And I think then what Jason's decided in terms of his government agency is he's going to just type up that he has a couple of suspects and he is going to begin a long-term investigation of them, observation, things like that. But he's not putting names down yet.
Yeah, you don't get a response quite yet, but yes, you do submit that report.
I feel like that'll buy me a little bit of time.
Yes, absolutely. Christina, let's go to you next morning, things like that. The online community, because you did tell them that you were investigating the place. They're kind of exploding. They're wanting to know what happened.
Okay. She probably reads a bunch of stuff over, and then she's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it sit for a little bit, and then I'll explain a bit. Maybe a day.
Okay.
Make them wait.
Nice. So,
she a lot of also
people
doesn't know what she wants to say anyway. Some time to think about it.
People are gonna start speculating that you're dead.
Good.
And then Megan, you have a school day as normal. Can you roll me?
Sucks.
Yeah, can you roll me 100?
$35.
35. Okay.
Oh, Megan.
Yeah. Your day isn't great. First off, it's extremely awkward in the morning. Like, okay, do you get breakfast there at the school, or do you?
Yeah. I'll stop by the Starbucks and get breakfast.
In front of you in line, you hear, yes, I'll have the blonde roast. And I suppose one of those pumpkin bread. I do enjoy that. You're like, oh man, I can recognize that voice.
Yeah, so I guess I'll at least wave and say hi, Professor Owen.
He as he is waiting there for his coffee, he kind of gives you this kind of awkward look, like, I have not thought about how to interact with these people outside of the time travel thing. So he's got this kind of awkward deer in the headlights look, and then he just grabs his coffee and does this kind of nod, like see you in class.
Yeah, I'll see you in class, Professor.
Mm. Yeah, he's extremely awkward about it. He is not sure. He has not thought this through. As far as your day goes, there is in your photography class, there is a project that you're supposed to, I guess, start getting critiques on, like, process wise, like showing what work you have so far, that you totally forgot about. Like, they're asking for, like, showing the work so far, like, all right,
Yeah,
what are we
so
working on
I'm
this
gonna
project?
I'm gonna shuffle through my camera that I have, and I'm not gonna show them any pictures of ghosts, but I do have I have a nice picture of the inside of Professor Owen's truck that I could show them.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So, yeah, you shuffle through, and your teacher, the professor, is like, and where was this taken?
This is one of the professors. They have a lab, so I took a picture of that.
Huh. And then and what, I guess, with this particular set of photos, what is the theme that you're going for?
It's the theme of how technology consumes us, how it starts out small and then it just spreads everywhere, how it becomes our life.
Oh God, I'm getting flashbacks to art critique.
This is exactly it. Yeah, because I took a photography class. It was literally like this. It's like, right. She doesn't seem to know exactly what to say about that. She pauses and says, and what professor was this?
This is Professor Owen.
Oh, huh. Well, he always was a little strange.
Yeah,
Anyways.
he teaches my intro to physics. Yeah.
Yeah, the physics teacher. Okay. And with that, she moves on. You get a lot of weird looks. Because there's other students in that class that takes Owen's classes, and they've never seen this lab. After as the lecture goes on, one of the students actually leans over and says, "So what? You snuck into, like, his office or something to get that?"
Don't let him know that I showed you this. I did get caught. He thought he deleted all of them, but I get backups because I am smart.
Oh, so where is it? I'm kind of curious. Maybe I want to see this.
So I lean in real close so that no one else overhears, and I'm like, well, this particular lab was in his truck. He keeps it well hidden.
His truck. Whoa. And another kid who's like right by them. They're twins.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yep. They're twins. They are the twins. They're those weird, like, kind of like they pretend that emo is still in, although it's been like 30 years. They've got the like kind of beanies and the the swoop bangs, and one has on one side, one on the other. And yeah, they're both artists, of course. But they typically their work actually goes completely different routes. Like, they, even though they dress similar and like pretend to be like exactly the same, like that's a whole gag, they are interested in widely different things. One of them's interested in animals, and that's the one that's just leading in now. And his name's Thomas, and he likes animals. He typically likes taking photos of things like bugs and wildlife, while Jaden, the one that you're talking to, he's kind of an urban explorer. He's big into hey, thank you, Commander Labs, for the follow. Welcome to the guild. Anyways, so Jaden, he's more into urban exploration, and sometimes drags his brother along with him, but he likes those abandoned places. So he totally gets you with the whole thing. Maybe a little bit less in the really supernatural weird stuff, but he is super curious by this. But regardless, Thomas, he leans in and he says, "Wait, his truck? Like, what kind does he drive? How did you find his truck? How did you get into his truck?"
I got into a bit of trouble, and he had to come save me. But I was lost off campus, and he found me. So it's a story.
Sounds like. Jaden's like, I'd be kind of interested in hearing this story. I know that I've gotten in trouble a few times. I've never been rescued by a professor, though. Yikes. Don't know if that'd be a good thing or a bad thing. Hey, are you busy at lunch? Maybe.
I'm not. No, I guess I'm not busy at lunch. Yeah, I guess we can get some lunch together. Yeah, that sounds okay.
Yeah, Thomas can come too. Tom's like, thanks. Because, yeah, I want to hear this story.
I do not want to tell this story.
You've dug this hole. You've dug this hole.
Dig it deeper. Just keep digging.
You've dug this hole. So, yeah. Elizabeth. About lunchtime is when Owen comes back to the office. What have you been up to?
I found a fidget cube.
Oh,
wow. She's probably just bored out of her mind. She's trying really hard to behave, honestly.
Bored. I know. One thing I can imagine Elizabeth doing is, going to the costume closet and just trying things on.
Like hats and stuff, and then she comes out and like maybe the machines are whirring to a particular beat, and so she starts like making music and like dancing.
And so you're dancing around like an idiot with like two hats on your head, and
two hats,
hats,
and a monocle,
and that's when Owen enters the lab. You hear the door open, and he pauses and looks at you while you're like booty shaking. And
I don't know what you expected. I'm very bored.
You don't say.
Do you
I
even
got-
have any books?
Do you want books? I can pick up books. I mean, all the books I do have some books in my office. Perhaps I can pull some down.
You were saying something about you got?
Yes, I have obtained a phone for you.
Obtained. That sounds vague.
No, I mean I went to the T-Mobile store. Yes, they still exist, and
Okie doke.
so he pulls out this really nice smartphone. Well, nice definitely to your standards. Like
Elizabeth has no idea if it's nice or not.
Owen decides not to tell you.
That's fine.
Is definitely probably refurbished.
I'd expect nothing less from Owen.
He's like, all right. So, I mean, it 2010s. You know how a phone works.
Sure do.
I mean, this granted, it's a very smartphone, but Barney says T-Mobile was saved shortly after BlackBerry and Nokia. It's like, yes, granted. Yes, YouTube is comes pre-installed on every phone now, so
Wonderful. It's time to play catch up then.
I suppose so. Don't go crazy. And we'll have to see about getting you some sort of bank account as well later as well.
Wow, this all sounds very complicated.
Yeah, I suppose it is. But regardless, like I said, like I was going to say rather, there is not any money or credit account put on it. So please do not attempt to buy any apps. But
Did they think I'm dead?
what? I mean,
Because like, did I just like? I guess I just disappeared. Whoops.
yes, it's quite likely. Do not look up your own history. That is something I learned the hard way.
Oh, good.
So do not Google yourself. Do not look up your things. That can cause some time oddness. Regardless, there you go. I did bring this, and he lifts up kind of a takeout bag. It's Chinese food,
Yay!
and hopefully that will last you a while. So if you do get the what's it they call snackies, you have leftovers.
Do they call it that? Is that?
I'm not sure.
We call it that now.
The snackies.
The
Oh
snackages.
God, the Zoomers are trying to be hip.
The snackening.
All right. I'm gonna assume you're gonna peace out again then.
Is that something
That's terrible.
No, okay. I will stop attempting then. Very well. So yeah, he leaves you with the Chinese food and your new phone. Christina,
Yeah.
I'd like you to roll a D100.
Oh, okay. I can do that. 58.
58. Okay. No, your day's pretty normal.
Yeah.
Yep, nothing.
Breakfast, hotel breakfast, because it's free. Wander around a little bit.
Visit the town. Yeah, no, you don't see anything out of the ordinary today. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second, you guys. And then we're going to go back to Megan because you have a lunch date.
Yay!
Yay!
assuming that we all wrote down phone numbers at some point, each of you gets a message that just says, "Yo, it's Elizabeth."
With like not even like emojis. You still use emoticons.
Yeah, that's actually true about me.
Oh my goodness. She doesn't have emojis. Oh my. She doesn't know what an emoji is. Wait.
I'm from 20 years ago.
Christina just responds with like a wine glass and a heart and like a smiley face and a tree.
Like Elizabeth is like spending time trying to decipher this.
I respond with the exact GIF that I posted in chat.
That was a meme back in 2010 too.
I apologize. She's only seen Google own YouTube for 4 years. It's a very different YouTube.
I'm a naive little babe.
Oh yes, very, very different. So I suppose you guys can come up with some theories about how YouTube is in 2030.
Oh, well, obviously they have this dual screen mode now where you can watch 2 videos at the same time. They introduced it when the flip phones were very big, but it kind of stayed around even after the flip phones stopped being big.
Yes. Oh yeah, and the Greens bought back YouTube from Google.
So it's like maybe a decent YouTube.
Who
Oh,
knows?
absolutely not.
Good to know that YouTube's
Like the algorithm's still super broken and like currently it's recommending like people reviewing food, like really obscure food.
Yeah. And and the drama, the beauty community drama actually resulted in some murders.
Ooh.
So yeah, that was the whole thing. Anyways.
Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. Elizabeth can make her own YouTube channel and it'll be like, I have never listened to, or I have never watched like
Let's review.
Twilight 7.
Time Traveler from 2010 reacts.
It doesn't even have to be Time Traveler. You could just say that I've never seen this. It's like, I've never seen Star Wars 11. And it's like...
Yeah, your backstory could be you were just super sheltered, like lived in the middle of Alaska or something.
My parents wouldn't let me have any technology. Everything was analog.
Yeah. Listening
How
to
do I
Lady
operate a
Gaga for the
phone?
first time.
Don't worry about it.
I'm learning. All right. That's hilarious. Blind reactions to everything. You're correct. So Megan, they actually they meet you at Subway. Jaden kind of approaches you after class, like, all right, we'll meet at Subway.
Ditch him.
Do you, yeah, actually you can, that's an option.
I'm not gonna turn down Subway though.
Mood though. Hey Jason. Roll me a D100, please.
Is there a failure metric for these D100s?
It is the probability. It's a probability.
All right, 78.
78. Okay. You feel
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. You do feel
Don't worry about it.
a somewhat hankering for a sandwich. You decide what to do with that or not.
Hey,
The
what?
$10 footlong is back, so I mean, like, that's the steal of the
The
century.
$15 footlong, you're correct.
Coincidentally, what happens to be the closest sandwich shop to where I live?
Coincidentally.
I mean, there's a Great Harvest, but that's more of a bread place than a sandwich place anyways. There's a Subway.
Oh, is there a Subway? Oh, I'm gonna go to a Subway.
See, I'm also weighing this against Megan's literal like 35. That's a failing grade, my dude. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yes, it is.
Yeah. So I'm giving you basically it's hints or things that happen. It's most the D100 is most prevalent in the void. Like that's most important there. And I have a very specific metric for that. But I am also kind of figuring out the probability of like you guys running into each other in the city or witnessing certain events and things like that. Basically, that's what I'm doing. And it's the
Okey-dokey.
beyond
Yeah,
meatballs.
Jason is getting his snackies, as the kids say.
Oh no! The snackening. Owen's completely awkward and it's the best thing ever. Okay. So Megan is there way before Jason. Jason's, driving around, probably taking a look at those old cemeteries or whatever.
Meanwhile, at Subway.
Yeah. You've got Jaden and Thomas. Thomas is kind of on his phone in the corner, like texting or whatever. He doesn't seem to like particularly care that this is happening. But Jaden, he's all in. So when he sees you, he kind of waves you down like, hey.
Oh, hey, yeah. I just finished ordering my oven roasted chicken breast sub,
Nice.
which is obviously the best sub at Subway.
I'm really glad they brought back buffalo chicken. I'm just saying that's my thing.
It's fair. So I said to this guy, "What did you want to talk about?"
You know the whole situation. You said that it was complicated. Where did you get lost? How did Owen find you? Why did he let you in your van? That's kind of creepy.
I mean, so I went off campus to, that haunted house that everyone says is haunted.
Oh yeah,
So
did it?
I went to check that out, and I ended up kind of getting lost and kind of getting a little hurt in that old house. And Professor Owen just happened to be coming by. That's actually weird. Why was he just happening to be coming by? Oh, well.
So Thomas at that point he actually looks up and he's like, wait, so you were there? Didn't you see the news?
No, what happened?
Yeah, there was a lot of like noise there, like a lot of shouting and stuff. The neighbors called the cops. There was gunshots over there. It's a haunted house, and this morning it was, to like it fell apart. It was to the ground.
This is all news to me. When I left, it was still intact.
Wait, but you were there during the gunshots? What?
There were no gunshots when I was there. No, wait. Were there gunshots?
There were.
No. I know this, but
Okay.
I'm just trying to think, like, as a character. I'm just like, I don't think there were any gunshots. There were other people there though. I don't know if they had guns.
Acting.
Other people? How many people were there? So wait, were you there before the action or?
There was this one guy. He kept saying he wasn't police, so I'm pretty sure he was police.
Oh, secret cops. That's awesome. Like, but wait, why would secret cops be there? Was there a murder?
I don't know what was going on. I got out of there as fast as I could. That was it was. Listen, once the cop showed up, I was ready to get out of there.
Wait, so you were there as the cop showed up? Or, or was it the secret police, not cop?
Yeah, the guy who kept saying he wasn't a cop.
Man, there had to have been like a murder or maybe drugs. Maybe drugs were involved. Wait,
Oh, geez. Do you think Professor Owen maybe does drugs?
Jaden's like, now I'm starting to think. Like, what hold on. Can I see that photo again?
Oh, yeah, sure. Here. And I passed the photo to him.
Jaden's like, well, I mean, that doesn't look like a drug lab. Not that I do drugs. I mean, I as an urban explorer, I see shit, yo.
No, I get that.
Yeah, no, I've found abandoned meth labs before, but this isn't like the test tubey kind of lab. This is like computers and stuff. What if he does crimes? What if he's like a mob lord?
That'd be... Yeah, I don't know. But I'm still trying to figure out why he was there by the abandoned house now. Like, yeah, maybe there was some sort of crime going down there, and that's why he was there.
Well, if he's like some sort of like crime lord, you got to be careful now. Like if you know his secrets. By this point, Jason, you're coming. You come in and you're overhearing this last part about Owen being like a crime lord, and we're like, Time Lord, yo.
Boo. Is there, if I wanted to, for the rest of my interaction with Megan and these two kids, if I wanted to just lie my ass off convincingly, what do I got to roll to make that happen?
That would be convince someone or manipulate someone. That is an actual move in the playbook.
Okay, I want to do that.
Yeah, that's a roll plus. Cool, I think. Let me double
It
check.
should be charm and
Charm. Yes.
Oh, good. I'm awful at charm.
Yay!
This is gonna go great.
good luck, not a cop.
So
I get a
here's what
negative to this.
So, yeah. So Jaden, he pauses like, so wait. All right. Let me try to get this straight. So you're at the haunted house. A secret cop shows up, telling you he is not a cop. You then you run out of there, and you run into Professor Owen, who's got a secret lab in the back of his truck, but not a drug lab. Yeah, no, this. What? Wait, hold on. What if that secret cop was still part of like a crime syndicate or not?
That makes
not a
so
cop
much
at all?
sense. They could be part of the same gang or something. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so this is what you're hearing, Jason, as you come in.
All right. I would like to roll right up front, and that's not going to affect what I say, but I just want to know how this is gonna turn out.
Okay. Yeah, that's a charming roll.
I mean, okay, I didn't fail.
Let me.
He got
I
a
got a
7.
mixed success.
7. I just realized I don't have roll 20 up, but that's okay.
Yeah, so I
Mixed
got
success.
a mixed success. So I'm in a suit. It's probably much more rumpled than normal. Sunglasses on because my eyes are completely bloodshot. I'm just gonna stop by their table, like pull down my sunglasses just a little bit, and just go, Megan, you signed a non-disclosure agreement when you agreed to do some photography for the film company, and I'm gonna need you to not provoke more rumors about our production. We're trying to keep the new movie quiet, okay? Every time we've tried to revive this franchise, it's failed. Please shut up. And then he's gonna walk to the line.
Well, Maddie, what's your reaction? What's Megan's reaction?
So
This
I'm
is
gonna
Jason
lean in-
trying to give you a lifeline. He doesn't
I'm
know
gonna
if you
lean
need it,
into
but he's just
the
like,
other guy and be like, holy shit. He showed up right when we were talking about him. That That's some creepy ass shit right there.
And then Jaden's like, dude, do you have a bug on you? Are you bugged? Yeah, like check your shoes or something.
Yeah, I'm listen, I'm gonna go.
Jaden's like, wait, but do you need help?
I mean, I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm the toughest photographer out there. You know me. I get all the action shots.
Right. Well, if I mean, I don't know what I can do, but I mean, if you need help or something, uh,
Yeah. Here, I'll give you my number, and I'll call you if I need help.
sure.
Say again, Megan is very charming.
I am the most charming.
Do you give him your real number?
Oh, of course.
Very nice. Yeah, no,
She's not a monster.
he does the thing where it's like, oh yeah, this is Jaden and Jaden's phone.
Yeah, and then I respond back with this is Megan, and
Yeah, that whole exchange.
man, I can't believe in 2030 we still haven't figured that out yet.
No.
And
Listen,
we never will.
You never will. That's the universal constant. I imagine that there's probably some phones that do like you put the phones together. However, that feature can be turned off because there was a lot of like creepers and scammers that would actually basically tap other people's phones.
I think in Japan they have that. You wave your phone next to someone else's phone and it shares contact.
Yeah, so it's an option to turn it off and most people have it off by default now because that was a big problem for a while there. Yay! So you survived that. The twins are now looking really awkwardly at you, Jason.
I'm going to pointedly ignore them until my food shows up, grab my food, start to walk out the door by them, stop, look at them, and just like pull my sunglasses down, glare, pull them up, and walk out the door.
Yeah, you both as you leave, you hear them scramble.
At this point, I think what Jason decided was that, like, well, based on this conversation that he overheard, maybe this will just help Megan's rep.
Or something. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, no, you hear them like, whoa!
Maybe everyone thinking I'm a secret cop will give me enough cover that no one's going to notice me eventually.
Or, well, more they think that you are now you're working for a crimes. You're working for crimes.
You do
that
crimes.
you does crimes.
You does crimes.
If that makes them leave me alone, I'm fine with it.
Just crime. Okay. As far as the rest of the day goes, I am going to run the number cubes at this point. The clicky clacks. Ooh. That's not a good roll, but it's a 33, you guys. Okay. So, as far as the rest of the day goes, nothing noticeably bad happens. 6 o'clock comes, your meetup time. Now, Christina, actually, before that, you do get a message from Owen saying, he's like, About 4, and he's like, when you're available, I would want you to come over early and I can show you the ropes with the truck or the van.
Okay. She'd be there like a half hour early.
Okay. Owen's waiting in the parking lot, and he says, I was, you get the feeling like he's been sitting outside for a long time waiting for you.
Oh. You good?
Yes, I was expecting a little sooner than that, but this is fine.
Sorry, I was busy.
In a different state.
No.
No, I understand. Keep me on the ropes, I suppose. Regardless, yes, let me show you the ropes with this. People should be showing up soon, though. He holds out. He pulls out a key fob. Yes, key fobs still exist, but he's a little bit old fashioned. I don't know if you noticed. And he pulls out keys, and it's definitely like it does seem to be like one of those electronic keys. And he's like, now it does have the electronic option where you can unlock the car from a distance and things like that.
I know
or,
how keys work.
Just hold it up.
I know how keys work.
However, those tend to break, so I do have a extra key just in case. There is still a keyhole. I know it's a little bit old-fashioned, but yes, I know that you know how keys work. But regardless, so he gives you both of those, the spare key and the sensor key, and
she puts them on her keyring, and her keyring has like a ton of those little like things you get from the gas stations that say like Nevada, Wisconsin, like, and she's got like 25 of those. It's a big key ring, but she has like a little tiny separate ring off of that ring where she keeps her actual keys.
Oh goodness, it's like, doesn't that weigh a lot?
I have a purse.
Yes, they you know, it's funny, in 2030 they still haven't figured out the whole pockets thing with women, have they?
It just depends on how tight you like your clothing. You wear the big baggy things, dude, you could fit. Yeah, I've seen people sneak in like watermelons in without looking pregnant.
Watermelons in your
Movie
pants?
theaters. Yes.
In your pants.
Big baggy pants. You remember that year?
I mean, not technically, no. I'm, more recent here, but
it was awful.
Everybody loves watermelons in movie theaters. It's a movie treat.
See, I'm still wondering. I'm still wondering how they wouldn't catch you. I mean, unless you have like a lopsided thunder.
Well,
I'm not going to end that.
That is better than, trying to poison yourself drinking bleach or something. There's been weirder trends.
Yes, I forgot about the bleach challenge. It was after that whole people said that there's COVID. Are you okay?
Yeah.
I just realized that Tide Pods is after Elizabeth's time.
I'm good.
Okay. So he's like, well, if you will do the honors, I can show you the back of the van. I mean, you've seen it, but more technical. Yes.
Okay. She opens up the back of the van.
Excellent. So he steps inside, and yes, it's the exact same as it was. You do have the chair. Everything is very nicely mounted. You have those computers and things like that. and he says, "Now, here's the trick with the, I suppose, van, and we will do training with everyone else as well. Yeah, everything is rather secure. I'm not expecting any thieves to be able to get these rather easily.
You
As
bolt
you
them down?
Oh yes, they're bolted down. I also have, if you notice, there's a plexiglass over the screens here. That kind of bulletproof kind of plexiglass that is so. Sure enough, yeah. Remember like this old like Blockbuster or whatever, where they would have the TVs in like the big, yeah, box of plexiglass or whatever. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yes, they would be hard pressed unless they have tools and a lot of time on their hands. And in that case, why not steal from other unsuspecting victims, like I don't know, college students? Very less secure, much less secure. Regardless, I shouldn't be encouraging people stealing from college kids.
You
So
like to talk a lot, don't you?
I am not.
You don't get to talk to many people normally. So when you do, you just talk. Why are you being loud? Stop.
Yes, I do not
Sorry.
exactly have a what you call a social life.
You should fix that.
And go up and say what? Like, yes, I'm a time traveler from a future that never happened. That
Hey,
is
I
now a
like
dead
your
timeline.
sweater you're wearing. What do you do in life?
You
there's
aren't wearing a
other ways
sweater.
to talk to people.
We thought he was a jerk. He's just socially awkward.
This is the new quest. Just get Professor Owen friends.
What do you think he's trying to do?
Kidnap
guys are
people
just-
from 2010.
But you guys have all been jerks to him.
Oh yeah,
He
oh,
was a
yeah.
jerk
oh,
first.
Yeah. We're the jerks.
He shut up and told me I was in trouble.
Yes, you are. Regardless, he goes ahead and he grabs a notepad and writes down a password, and he puts it
What's the
on the
password?
screen.
What is it?
It's a whole bunch of numbers.
Boring password.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, so this is to log on to the computer. To the
What
layman,
is this? These are just numbers. That's not a password.
that is a password, perhaps the most secure kind of password.
No,
It's
you
a
need
patch
like
number.
letters and special.
So we got past that
symbol.
phase.
good
Yeah, we
heavens,
got
no.
past that phase where we needed small case, big case symbol.
No, yeah, of course.
Can I change the password?
If you do, this will be the caveat to give you. If you do, you must tell me, and if you do not,
yeah.
very well. Regardless, he shows you, and he says, "All right." He brings up this program, and the program seems very odd. It doesn't like make a lot of sense on the upfront. But you can tell that it's a map. It seems like a Google Maps type situation, except there are like different like dots, and they keep like popping up and moving kind of situation.
Okay.
And then there is like a menu on the side, and there is constant like data running up, like a data log. He's like, all right, now the options, you can slow it down, you can click on a particular thing and it will pause the scroll. But basically what this is it's sensing time anomalies. Currently I have it set to this year, this time. But you can even go back further if so needed. This is more for, I suppose, modern day. I haven't quite figured out how to make this thing time travel. I mean, we're not, Back to the Future up in this. What does that phrase go? Up in this bitch. Regardless.
That not gonna correct it. No, that's it. That's the phrase. Yep, that's the one, she says.
Doesn't feel quite right. Well, regardless. He shows you. So Hopefully now that I have people that I'm working with, I can spend time perhaps working on making this something we can take through time. But regardless, there is equipment that I have and have been working on coding that allows you from this van to talk to people throughout time. Basically, it's not sensitive to, I suppose, the Wi-Fi signal and things like that. I was starting to explain this yesterday. We will probably share that, talk more about that later.
That's kind of cool.
Yes, it is, as you would say, cool. I would definitely think it is. I mean, I made it myself. Do I sound full of myself? Perhaps, but I have a reason to be proud of my work. So he says, all right, so here you can change the year, and then you'll see those different dots. Those are different locations. The larger and more sustained the dots, that's when it's a problem. I do not see any at the current moment, except for he actually takes the mouse and scrolls in, like there's like a scroll wheel. He scrolls in, and there is the lab. He's like, just ignore that one. There will be a certain amount of time anomalousness due to the fact that Elizabeth is there and the void crystals themselves.
So you want me to keep an eye on this?
Yes.
You want me to
precisely.
tell you if that thing I see there appears anywhere else?
Yes. Or here, let me show you the other thing you can do. Say there is a mission, or I have sent everyone else to a different time or area or something of that likes. You can click, and he does use the lab as an example, on that area, and then you can have this data on the side. It's relatively easy to read once you slow it down, of course. But basically, these are going through databases that I've used through my college professorism, I suppose. Basically, it's going through the atlases, news files, all this library, all the libraries that we have available to the school, articles, all the likes, and things that are happening. It senses, it's able to figure out information, so we can figure out like what kind of event this could be, what kind of people are involved, things of like, and you can see if anything changes or pops up there. Sure enough, actually, as he clicks on the lab, all that data that was coming past has slowed down. It's only like one or two things. There is an article about Elizabeth and it's a missing persons report.
Ooh.
It's like, now don't let Elizabeth read that. It's not good for the soul. Or time, really. And then there are a few other things that scroll past, like information on the area. You do see something about the nuclear power plant in the school, but that moves past really quickly. You see information about the people involved. There oddly, there is information about Owen. Like, often you get records of these people like popping up, like their driver's license and things like that. There's not much for Owen. Like, most of it are articles about him, or even websites about this weird professor or whatever. He says, no, that's the strokes of it. Basically, when you are in here, you are seeing if anything changes or anything to pay attention. If things get extremely out of hand, then the sensors here will go off and it will print out a card, like very much like the seismograph.
Okay.
So
Christina's like texting while he's talking, and she's texting the group chat, and she's just like, hey, I'm talking with Owen and he seems super lonely, like lonely AF. What are you all doing Friday? Let's take him out.
Elizabeth immediately texts back like, yeah, I don't have a life anymore, so yeah.
Yeah, I'll also text back as like, I've heard with the italicized heard of some good clubs near campus.
Jason just texts back and just goes, "Oh God."
It's all lowercase too.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, I don't think he's a club person.
What do y'all do for fun in 2030?
Drink.
Drake.
Yeah, all right.
I
Start
mean,
thinking of
movie
ideas.
theaters are dead.
No.
So in 2030,
Start thinking of ideas.
Follow
Somewhere we
my-
can take him. Get him talking with people, like normal people, not us.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
we're
can't
just
drink
leaving
yet,
him with
but,
people.
No, we'll be with him.
VR cafes are pretty fun.
He's a big nerd. Where do nerds go?
Home.
We could take him to a bar.
Not the worst idea.
Maybe he'd loosen up a bit if he had a drink.
I'd like to see that.
Owen at this point has felt his phone going off in his pocket and actually.
Owen is not in this group chat.
Owen
This
is
is
not in our
separate.
group chat.
In this chat.
Okay, good.
We have a group chat with Owen and one without Owen.
Excellent. Okay.
The one without was the one made first.
As the chats should be.
It's amazing.
But yeah, she's just like texting and she's like, yeah, I'm listening. Okay, yeah, I get it. Yep. And eventually she moves to the group. She's just like, think on it, send me your ideas, and then puts it away. And goes
At
back to
that point-
actually paying attention.
Yeah, at that point, I think everyone else should be arriving, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
talks a lot. That'd probably be a half hour.
Yeah. Does anyone show up early?
Elizabeth
Yeah.
is already here.
Jason
Elizabeth's
does.
inside. So you see the back of the van is open, and
He's gonna quietly walk up and just like lean against and just catch all like the last little bits of this and just go like, "This explains so much about you."
Well, he doesn't startle. Like that's the thing. He's like, what is that supposed to mean?
Don't worry about it. The lab unlocked.
Yes. Well, yes.
Neat.
He says now I will see about getting the rest of you key cards so that when it is locked, you can get in without a problem. But I do have it propped open at the moment. I don't think anyone's going to sneak in.
All right, Jason's gonna head inside then.
Hey, Jason!
Hello. And I take my same seat as last time, kick back, and just sit there. Just, So this is where you're stuck now, huh?
Yeah. I mean, at least he brought me Chinese food. You want some Chinese food?
Just toss me an egg roll.
Yeah.
And Owen's like, at that point, ends like to Christine. It's like, I mean, aside from this, well, you know how to drive, so I don't need to explain that to you.
Man, I know how to drive, yes. I can drive things.
Based on her keychain, she has driven many places.
That's funny. Okay, anyways. So with that, he decides to kind of wrap it up, and it's like, well, I suppose I should order that pizza.
Make sure you get like a normal pizza.
Ooh, what is that supposed to mean? Like, what isn't a normal pizza?
No
Pineapple?
Yes, don't do that. or like anchovies. I know like that was a thing back in like the 50s. I don't know when you're from. I think you're not from here. Is that right?
You know, back in the 2045, during World War III, we didn't have pizzas, so no.
Well,
Well,
there's-
saddest thing.
then make sure you get a superior pizza, because if you're gonna have pizza, you need a good one.
And what exactly is a good pizza?
Just get like a pepperoni, and then maybe like one with everything, and then if people don't like it, they can just pick it off.
Are we now I'm concerned. He actually goes and walks downstairs and he's like, now apparently
She follows him.
pizza is a diplomatic matter. One
Yeah.
that is hotly debated, and I didn't consider this. So is the barbecue pizza not a normal pizza?
Jason just like closes his eyes, just goes, "Oh God," and pulls the whiskey bottle back on. And just goes like, "You order 2 large pepperonis. If they don't like it, they'll pull the pepperonis off. How is this hard?"
Because I was going to order the barbecue one. That seems like
I am so glad I intervened. Don't do that.
No,
Do not do that.
never
I'm not here,
do the
but do not do
barbecue.
that.
It is acceptable to do that with smaller groups or for yourself, but
And
not
if you
for
know
big
their
groups.
tastes.
Yes,
If you
not for
know-
big groups. Mm-mm.
If you know everyone in your house likes the barbecue, you order the barbecue.
Otherwise, it's
If you
just
don't know what they
pepperoni.
like, it's pepperoni.
okay.
Now that being said, I wouldn't mind a barbecue, but
Oh my God. Just
God.
No, I apparently I seem to know more about Jason. He seems to be an anti-barbecue person.
oh no. Oh no. I love a good barbecue. Barbecue pizza is not barbecue. He's just like he's gesturing with the bottle.
honestly, I'll eat anything so long as there's no pineapple.
Oh, but
There is a
Hawaiian's
barbecue.
good.
There is a barbecue pizza that has the pineapple in it. It
No.
actually really
It's
really
like
accentuates it.
exactly the opposite of what Christina has told you to do.
Yes, well, I'm not planning on actually ordering that. I'm just
Here, give me your phone. Give me the app. I'll do it.
I suppose I was going to pick it up at my office because
Getting it
asking to
delivered
drop
to
it
your
off.
secret lab is not super. kosher.
Precisely.
She like
Or
snatches.
pick up.
She snatches his phone.
Ah!
And she
Very
like
well.
puts in the order and then hands it back, and it's just 2 pepperoni pizza.
Now, would that be enough for this group?
Yes.
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 Yes. Assume each
Where
person's
is
gonna eat
Megan?
like 2 slices.
Yeah, where is Megan?
Oh, I'm literally entering right now.
So you're hearing like people hot like
Hot takes on
yelling at
pizza.
Owen. You're hearing people yell at Owen. It's like, are you sure you do not need more? Yes.
Yeah, I am surrounded by Zoomers. Holy shit.
What did you just call us?
I'm a millennial.
Zoomers.
Excuse you. No.
Oh, you're a millennial. Even worse. Even worse. You're like my grandpa.
You should not have outed yourself, honey.
I don't even know what a Zoomer is. It sounds derogatory.
Oh, it is. Well, normally when you call people by the era they were born, it is rather derogatory. Although that's a fairly recent thing. They don't really do that in the past.
Isn't there one that was like the greatest generation ever, and that's just what they called themselves?
Yes, they were.
Yeah,
quite
that's
full of
what they
themselves.
called themselves.
Anyway, put the order through.
Very well. He does so. It's like, yes, I will go pick that up in approximately 20 minutes.
See, that wasn't so bad.
I do like me some barbecue pizza though.
Then you could order yourself an extra one if you want to.
Well,
But-
it's certainly too late now.
Nah, I've ordered food twice after I've forgotten things.
Well, I am not a middle-aged mother.
I am not middle-aged, excuse you.
Ah, my apologies.
I am 31. I'm gonna live till 120. I am not hit that middle age yet.
It's true. Middle would be 60 for her then. Yeah. Owen has a closet of costumes.
Is that why you're wearing 2 hats and a monocle?
Maybe.
Yes, actually, that's one of the reasons why I've gathered you here today.
Play dress up?
Yay! Pizza and dress up.
Should do the theater club, Professor Owen.
I'm sorry.
Ah.
Very serious time travelers.
Sorry, I'm in a mood. It's fine. Show us what you want to show us.
Yes, I was going to show you around the lab, and then I was going to discuss with you, I suppose, where to go from here. How much time do we got, by the way? Let me double check that. We're at 2 hours, 32 minutes. Okay. Yes. So Owen's like, yes, I was going to show you around the lab, and then yeah. So he shows you around. He describes this is, the lab, the workshop. You know this place. It's perhaps the only room you've seen. I work on equipment here. He shows you the janitor's closet. He's like, really nothing to see here. Although you do have like the 5-6 bottles of Windex.
Jason finds nothing wrong with this. This is
Why do you have
just
so much Windex?
Is that too
What?
much? That's what my house has.
You
this
only
like
need
a-
one bottle of Windex.
Okay, thank God. I thought maybe this was a future thing and I was really worried.
How can you afford that much cleaning supplies?
Government
Wait.
salary.
Well, okay.
I am in fact a professor. But regardless, that's not a lot of cleaning supplies. It's only like what, $5-6 per bottle.
You only need one bottle, and then the other money can be spent on different cleaning supplies.
I
That
keep
clean
forgetting.
different things.
There are
Windex
other
Windex
cleaning
cleans
supplies?
everything.
No.
You mix it with the mop water and it cleans the floor.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I will
I don't
show
do
you
that. I just vacuum.
how to okay. Okay.
Mom versus the bachelors.
I will show you.
He
How
holds
to
out the
rope.
bottle to her.
She just takes it and swigs and passes it back.
Yep.
Regardless, I wasn't here to show you my janitor closet or get opinions on how I do or do not clean. Yes, the next room over here is in fact this costume. Now these are actually historical outfits. I suppose you could call them cultural costumes. Costumes didn't used to mean precisely what they mean now. They used to be like special events, dressing up. I suppose you could say that what you are wearing now is your costume for your culture and your time.
She looks down at the jeans on jeans.
Their
She
time
regrets it.
costumes.
I suppose that's a way to put it. Yes. So he says, it is quite a collection. I've picked it up as I've gone. Some I've absolutely had to order online and then have, fixed up. I will need your measurements, not in a creepy, icky kind of way. Simply because I will need to make sure that you all are readily prepared for when we properly do missions to the past. While some pieces can be off in time wise, I do try to keep it as close to that time period as possible. And regardless, don't get caught carrying something from a different bygone era. As long as no one looks close enough, you should be fine.
So we can keep our phones, but they got to stay in the pockets.
Something like that, yes. Perhaps on silent airplane mode.
Will the phones even work when we're in the past?
Not likely. No.
No, they'll work. You just don't have service.
Oh, I can still play threes.
And I can still play Candy Crush 4.
Yes, that. I really highly would suggest you didn't. There are newspapers typically with crosswords and the likes, at least in the recent past. Well, recent past being. Never mind. I'm rambling again. Let's continue on. And he takes you upstairs. He's like,
While
behold.
they're walking, Christina pulls out her phone in the group chat and she's just like, see what I mean?
Elizabeth's like, yeah. He's been like this whole time with me too.
This poor man.
He's like, the bathrooms. They do have showers. It is quite wise to shower after going to the past. You don't know their sanitary conditions. I mean, hand washing has been a relatively new concept, since the 1900s or so.
Do we need to add
Relatively.
Windex to the shower water?
I don't know how good for you that is.
Then why are you adding it to your mop water?
A mop is not a body. I am not. It is not an organ, if I recall.
Windex is not good for your floors, mate.
It's for glass and plastic surfaces.
There, it's used for more than just windows. Excellent. Can't take it.
There's a kitchen upstairs. Break room thing.
Yes, break room. That is a thing that I have. I have tried to ensure that there's enough chairs for everyone. Although, yeah, I'll need one extra chair. I apologize for it though being a little bit mismatched, but most of my money has gone into electronics, as you can see, or historical costumes. But yes, I do have a toaster oven, microwave, coffee pot. I will stock it with, I suppose you can all tell me what foods you would like stocked, and you are welcome to it.
Can I get some like those little pizza bagels, the frozen ones?
Ooh,
I would
yeah.
put that,
Yes.
put it in the group chat if you would be so kind.
The other group, like the group chat with
The
Owen
other
is just-
group chat.
It's just filled with like food requests.
Pizza bagels, dinosaur chicken nuggets, Pop
Yes,
Tarts.
dinosaur chicken nuggets. Let's get some of those.
Popsicles.
So many popsicles.
So many.
The important things.
Four
Owen's
varieties
phone,
of Hot
I have-
Pocket.
Is getting blown up.
He's like, he looks at his phone and he's like, I have questions.
What are your
mean,
questions?
Like realistically, if I'm going to be the lab assistant and I have less to do than you could always just wire, like, I don't know, give me some money and I will go shopping.
That's actually.
I'm sure grocery stores can't be that different.
I mean, there's a lot that is done electronically now, but no, not very. But I do have to question your diets a little.
I live with a
this doesn't seem-
child.
Point taken. But you do need a certain amount of energy if you are doing time traveling and running from, creatures from the void. So,
Oh, so we get
I
monsters
will-
too then.
what? Yes, you do. You've ran into them. What?
What? No, like the energy drink, dude.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
You said we need energy.
No.
Balanced
I'm talking
diet.
about diet.
We'll pick
I will
up some
ensure there
barbecue
is
sauce too then.
I will ensure there is salad and vegetables and fruit.
Which is also good. These are just the things we like want, as opposed to need. There's a difference.
Oh, I see.
These are the snack foods, the foods we go when we're like, it's like 4 o'clock. I still got 2 hours before dinner, but I'm hungry and don't want to ruin my appetite. Pop-Tart.
Alternatively, we come back from a really tough time travel mission and we all just want to have some pizza bagels.
Pizza bagels and vodka.
I was
Exactly.
about to say, it's like,
immediately there's whiskey and vodka on the list.
he does say, like, do I need to have some sort of alcohol cabinet?
Yes.
Do you not already?
No, I do
like-
not
Get a nice
drink in
hutch
time
for
travel.
He shakes the bottle and just goes, "Was this not obvious?"
Well,
She
your
like pulls out her
situation's
flask.
And this is my elite team. Anyways,
You picked us, kind of. Anyway,
so he goes to the locked doors and he pulls out a key and his key card and opens a room to an office. And this office definitely more organized than any of the other rooms. And he's like, "This is my private office. This is where I will discuss missions, probably perhaps one-on-one." There is a bookshelf behind him with all the different books. It's like, "Ah, yes, books. You did ask about books, Elizabeth.
oh shit, so I did.
This is my personal library. Most of them pertain to time travel, or rather works that are rather close to the situation at hand." He looks through the books and he pulls out Tales of Terror by H.P. Lovecraft, and he holds it out to you, Elizabeth.
Isn't that author problematic?
I mean, it is a product of its time, you must understand, but its contents is rather important. It's surprising.
Alright.
It's surprising to me what he got correct.
Is that the guy with like the cat?
Yes, the story. There is a story about a guy with a cat. Correct.
No, like his cat. It was like named super bad. I'm not gonna say it, but
yeah. His
that
cat
guy,
was in
right?
fact a slur was the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that is H.P. Lovecraft.
Problematic. To put it lightly.
So I pull out my phone and I start texting the group chat without Owen. And I start saying, "Yo, we should get him high. We should get some weed." Oh, and for Elizabeth, weed became legal in the States since you've been gone.
Elizabeth has figured out emotes and she just sends back the like horns up symbol.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. We could take a couple puffs before we go out to that bar.
Oh God.
We're a serious game.
This is great. No.
He does need to chill. You're right.
So he says, "Yes, I'll have private meetings. In fact, no, I've Jason, I do want to talk to you privately later. But typically, I will be here if I am not, working my regular 9 to 5, I suppose. A little bit earlier because professors never sleep. Regardless."
What's in the other locked room?
That. Well, he's like, "I suppose I should tell you and show you. But be prepared. It's not for the faintest of heart." So he walks over and he unlocks it, and I need everyone to make a sanity roll.
Oh,
What do we do for that?
Cool plus cool.
Okay. Ha!
Oh no. I got a 6.
Uh-oh, Christina's not
I
ready
got
for
it.
this.
2.
Oh no.
I got a 12.
We need a little bit more like insanity in here in this grill.
I don't think we're ready for this
Okay.
jelly.
Jason, I need you to roll plus weird.
Oh wait, did I heal my temporary insanity damage?
Oh yeah,
from
how does
last
that
Yes.
work? Okay.
Yes. Once that mission is over, you guys are good. Pretty
Sweet.
much.
I got a 6. So I failed.
That's
Hooray.
weird.
Yeah, I made my sanity roll and then failed the weird roll.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, actually, because I have to remember that Monster of the Week isn't like D&D where you roll and you just don't notice things. No, it is make a hard move. You can still notice the things, but it has consequences. That's that's the interesting thing about Monster of the Week. All right. So, you keep your sanity, but you once he opens that door, you feel like it's like a blast of bad energy, and you feel it like you hear in your head like these voices, these cries of people from dead timelines, memories that are not yours from different places and times that don't exist anymore.
Nope.
Raven
Nope.
private messaged us and said, "Well, you may take a hard move, but you don't have to." Yes, I do. Who do you think I am?
So we all feel this?
No, only Jason.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
He can actually hear these voices, and it's not like actual physical. No, it is voices, but it's more like memories, parts of time, like glimpses through people's windows, so to speak, of times past, realities that are not there. You do see a war that never happened, and how you see a father huddled with his children, as the mushroom cloud goes off in the distance. You see you see a man poring over computers, as and all those different machines around him, and the back of his head is plugged in, as he mines for bitcoins. You see you see a peasant girl, wandering the fields with her cow, and you see shadows looming in the distance, and see her running back towards home. You see all these things, and all at once these voices of these people, and that's what you feel, like a blast of like hot air in your face as that door opens. It is extremely overwhelming, but you don't take any sanity damage from it.
Jason's just looking hard at that and then just kind of like slowly looks at Owen.
The rest of you, let's see the sanity rolls. Oh goodness, we have some fun crap. Let's start with the lowest, right?
Me.
Megan, where are you with the group? Like, are you by Owen? Are you further back? I imagine Jason's towards the back.
So I'm sort of in the middle, off to the side a little bit. I'm still nomming on a pizza, so
when this door opens, what you see, like, you swear you're going mad, because all you see is the void, like blackness, and all these eyes just stare out from you from this blackness, and you're shaken to your core. Yeah, you take a sanity 1 point of sanity damage. Then I think everyone else succeeded.
I got a 6.
Oh, you got a 6.
Oh, is this permanent sanity damage or temporary?
Yes.
Oof. Okay.
You work here. All right. Christina, you look in and you could swear for a moment that, like, where are you in the group? I would say first.
She's kind of berating Owen, so probably towards the front.
Okay, so you're by Owen, and you look inside, and immediately, like, what you could swear you see are jars of parts of people, like jars and vats of parts of people. You see, but let more than just that, the parts are alive. You see, yeah, you see like blinking eyes and you see like a beating heart. You see like teeth, like dentures almost, except they move and clatter. You you see fingers, and they're twitching and moving. Yeah, you take a point of sanity damage. And then finally we get to Elizabeth. You succeeded, correct?
Oh yeah, I got 10.
Oh yeah. For you actually see it as it is. You have fought, you've seen the shadow creatures twice now, I think.
Mhm.
The creatures from the void. And
I've also been in the void one more time than everyone else.
so this apparently, well, first off, so you look, there are shelves, and there are jars with, like, I guess this black sludge, some with eyes, some with teeth. They will sometimes like form something and then go back into what they are. There is a cage, more like one of those like terrariums for like snakes and stuff, and there is one of those shadow creatures in it, and it's pacing and kind of sticking to the wall and then pacing to the other side. He does have like things in there to keep it occupied, but it doesn't like a ball and things like that, but you don't know how much attention it pays to that. You see there's like there's like a jar. This almost, it looks like a meth lab in this case, because you do have like jars and siphons and these crystals, these void crystals, being grown there in the lab, under like a glass in those lamps, you know, where they're like growing in these odd patterns. And you have soil samples from dead timelines where it is kind of like, it doesn't act like normal soil. It seems to like move and things like that. You also have a table that is full of the watch pieces and unfinished watches that are set aside. And Christina and Megan and Jason, I guess, what are your reactions to what you are saying?
Christina's gonna nope the fuck out of there. Just like, oh, just like leave.
Okay.
I'm also gonna kind of like walk away, and yeah, I'm just gonna like huddle my slice of pizza and just be like,
Jason, for you, the image settles out where you actually see this lab of void stuffs.
Dangerous hobbies you got here, Owen.
Unfortunately, it's necessary.
That's a word.
You're really gonna keep the voidlings up in here?
Yes, well,
I've been in here for like a day and a half. Are they like contained?
yes, they are. I'm trying to understand them, understand what they are, why they react the way they are, why are they coming through our time. All of these things are rather important. Know thy enemy, so to speak. The more of these that slip through, the the more unstable the timeline gets. And I'm asking why. I'm trying to do research and trying to understand their minds, and perhaps they can help us in the future as well. I'm not quite certain how yet. They don't seem to. He steps in the lab and he's like, they don't seem to have a particular mind of their own, so to speak. They respond purely on instinct. And so they are not necessarily aware of the world around them. I have theories that, like I mentioned earlier, that they are what's left behind of the people from these dead timelines. They become this as they are consumed. And I suppose, generally speaking, erased from existence.
I'm gonna go ahead and share a look with Jason. Like,
Dangerous hobby.
And the void crystals here. I mean, you've seen what I use them for. They lure them out. And home, I also use these to power the time travel devices.
you said that you harvested them from dead timelines, but it looks like
Yes.
you're growing them.
Yes, I did. But do you understand how dangerous it is to go into a dead timeline? These things act on instinct, and they are there, and they attack en masse when you mess with what remains of their time, their world, their home. It is generally unsafe. So I have found ways to cultivate them here. Yes, it is very dangerous, but that is why this is actually well secured. And in fact, you notice that he has like extra security. The door is reinforced. There is no window. There is, it is. He's got extra layers of like concrete and steel. Yes, I do apologize. I know that this is a lot to take in, but
I think the others are freaking out. We probably should check on them.
Indeed. He pauses and walks out and closes the door. All right.
Thoughts, Jason?
No, Jason's gonna go find Christina and just hand her the bottle again.
She's like declining and she's like pacing a little bit, just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What was that?
What'd you see?
He's such a weirdo. I don't even know. Like things in jar. Fuck. And then she reaches over for the bottle.
It helps. Believe me, it helps.
And passes it back, and she's just like, okay. What was it? What explanation? I missed it. Someone give me the short of it.
He's keeping the little void monsters in some terrariums and stuff and growing them black crystals.
Oh, that's what that was?
Yeah.
Those did not look like little void. Not a fan.
You probably saw what they used to be.
Ooh. Ugh.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, they're from dead timelines.
So like dead people?
Well, I wouldn't say dead.
Non-temporally existing people.
Dead people.
For all
I
intents and
saw-
purposes, I guess.
I saw the void, and then the void also saw me. So I.
Oh yeah, it'll do that.
Yeah, that I don't want that. Please no.
Christina like goes over to Megan and she's just like gives her a hug and it's like they're there.
Thank God we have a mom on the team.
We all right. Well, we can probably stay out of the void closet then, for the most part.
We put another lock on the void closet.
Now
It was pretty well. Like he has
I
some
want
extra.
like
That's
4
fair.
more.
Yep. All right.
he says, now I do have some discussion to be had with you, Jason, about, I suppose, that room and the situation there. But first, now that you have had, I suppose, the grand tour, yes, I do have books for research purposes that you are welcome to have. I do have a checkout form already set up. I just need to print it out. I do want to know where those books are. I do not want to start that collection again. But yes, I have things like research about John Teeter, the writings, and that I even have his full internet archive printed up in a folder. I have, the work of H.P. Lovecraft, other things about time travel and the physics and how it works. My own research about the void, other writings about the void, and I suppose Lovecraftian things, other books on time travel and the likes, some fiction, some nonfiction. Even fiction has some truth to it after all. Regardless, that is available to all. Just let me know. I can unlock the office and let you have a gander. I think another thing that is in order that I would like to discuss, combat training. I have discussed with Elizabeth about training her magical powers. Unfortunately, I don't know about finding a mentor for such thing, but I can see about perhaps hiring a tutor to teach perhaps martial arts, martial art weaponry. There is a shooting range if you are so interested. I know typically guns can't leave the shooting range, but
I can probably get us whatever we need.
Christina seemed pretty handy with that gun.
I do have a gun, yes. She like eventually lets Megan go and is like, "Okay, I'm okay. You're okay. We're okay. We're fine."
And perhaps add to the group chat those stress squishies. I think those are in order. The
Stress balls?
No, there is the ones that are shaped like people or animals or.
Can we make them look like you?
No.
Hey, that's
No,
me.
we can't.
If you're creative enough, anything is possible.
No, we can't.
All right, that's a little too far.
Yeah, save that for the other group chat.
What other
Don't-
group chat?
Everyone just looks at Megan.
What? Wait, what other group chat? Yeah.
Are you talking
It
about one of your
doesn't
school
matter.
group chats?
Yes, of course.
With those two boys from Subway.
Ooh, you got boys from Subway?
I thought you only got
Yeah.
sandwiches there.
You haven't tried hard enough, prof.
You can get a lot of things at Subway.
Oh, hey, Bright. Thank you for the raid. A raid with 4. Thank you so much. Welcome.
Welcome, we're dunking on an NPC.
A very annoying NPC, but yes. Yes, so he says, so yes, we can see about shooting range. There is a martial artist teacher at the gym nearby, but I could see about hiring one privately if you so desire. But I think combat practice is highly in order. Any
Thank you.
naysayers?
Well, like
Um,
Jason was starting to do some kind of stuff after the void. Do you want to do some magic practice sometime?
We can talk.
Yeah.
That could be possible. I do suggest you keep this in the lab, of course. I can see about clearing some space to make sure that doesn't hurt equipment or anything of the likes.
We'll talk, Jason.
Yes, we can arrange time schedules if you can give me your schedules, timeframes. I know, Elizabeth, you have nothing to do, but Megan, once again,
Yeah, I'll send you my schedule.
thank you. And we will see about getting that started this week. I would like us to go on our next mission, perhaps tomorrow. We still need to get you to learning the ropes.
So when is it exactly that I'll be able to go back home? I live about 2 hours out.
That is a good point. I'm not positive. We'll talk, but can you stay here for this week?
Yes.
Very well.
Can she not just travel the 2 hours, then time travel back 2 hours?
Well, I haven't exactly given you the time travel device in question, have I?
No, but I'm just saying that would make it so much easier for her.
Yes. Well, you're still in the training process. This is your job training, so to speak. My hope is to get to the point where all of you do have a time travel device with you, as long as it's, of course, used responsibly. I wouldn't use time travel device to do everyday things like that.
Use
Causes
it like a
way too much
redo button
progress.
so that you can get the optimal outcome. That's
Make
exactly what
instant ramen literally instant.
That is no. This is exactly why I didn't give you the devices yet. You must be careful. The more you use it, the more weaker the fabric of time gets in that particular area, and you can cause more time anomalies that way. And I don't think we all want to be raided by a bunch of void creatures like this bright dystopia fellow here. I mean, what? Fourth wall say what? But yes, no, we will talk about time travel etiquette at another time. I know that the contents of the room was a bit much. However, yes, we'll work on schedules and stuff. We will discuss that in group chat. You can stay, have pizza. If you have any questions, please let me know. Jason, can we talk privately?
Sure, Prof.
That again. Very well. With that, he walks into his office.
Jason puts the bottle just like on a table somewhere with the rest of the group and follows him.
So he closes the door and he kind of sits down in his office chair, and he sighs and says, I have but one question before I begin. Is there a reason for the level of animosity you've had towards me since exiting the void?
Oh, Jason just looks at him, shakes his head, and just goes, "The void knows about you, Owen. The void knows all about you.
And have I done something wrong?
You know damn well this timeline's not lasting."
That makes him pause, and he thinks, and he says, I wasn't exactly ready to divulge that information.
Well, gods tend to have different priorities than people. Even universal constants.
Yes. Well, universal constant to an extent. There are, I am aware of that I am not the original Owen. The original Owen as a universal constant, cannot be here. He can only be in one place at a time. What I am is a clone.
Oh, good. We needed that on top of our time travel. Good decision, Prof.
It is what it is. Regardless, me and the original Owen have an understanding, and that understanding is that this time there's something extremely wrong in this particular timeline.
That I can certainly agree with.
Wonderful.
I'm sure it's being helped by you keeping old dead timelines in a closet nearby.
That's beside the point. No, I am not the problem. There is something else, and I haven't quite figured out what it is.
All right. Until the old man in the void tells me otherwise, we're a bit aligned here. But don't expect me to be thrilled, Owen. 50 years in the darkness is a long damn time.
Was it 50 years? And how are you able to tell what exactly precise time it is? It's very difficult to perceive time in the void.
Jason's just gonna like rub his hands together, and when he pulls his hands apart, it's just like black tentacles pulling from his hands, just like the magic energy he has in him, and it just goes.
Oh yeah, that would do it. You know what I'm imagining is like, have you ever put like the rubber cement on your hands and then did the...
Yeah, it's a little bit the Venom suit, just like.
Mm. I do have something to ask of you. Well, a few things precisely. The first off, yes, I am aware what I am doing, the research I am doing in the other room is rather dangerous. However, I have it on good authority that this could help us from a different point of view. However, I do not have the capacity nor the powers to get it to that point. They respond to the void. You are connected to the void. I need your help training them and being a caretaker for that room. I can give you permissions as you need.
One condition.
Yes.
You get smarter about what you're putting the rest of the team through. We almost lost 2 of them a minute ago.
I wouldn't say lost. I will see what I can do. I did warn them though.
Yeah, you warned me too. A lot of good your warnings do.
I wouldn't necessarily say that's my fault though.
Sure. Anything else?
Yes. The information about the void or me or you obviously know a whole lot more than the rest of the team does, but they are not ready for that information. I am doing my best to, I know it's been a certain amount of fire hosing at this point, but I am doing my best to try to guide them into being self-sufficient here, to be able to help take care of this, because I am but one man, clone thing, whatever. I don't precisely. I cannot take care of all of this by myself, and I know that. However, if we push them too fast, who knows what's going to happen? And I know things happen going rather quickly, way quicker than I wanted it to go, especially with you.
I'm willing to follow your lead on this, Owen. Just whatever else is going on, I'm pretty sure they're more capable than you think they are.
Well, if they weren't capable, they wouldn't be here. I would have found another solution.
Jason stands up and heads to the door and just looks back and just goes, then maybe also drop it with the snide little, oh, this is my elite team comments. Cheerleading, buddy.
All right, I will see what I can do then.
And before you ask, I've got a good cover with the agency. They're not going to poke around yet. And I'll know if they do.
It's yet I'm concerned about, though. Let's keep me posted, all right?
Much as I can. Much as I can.
Very well. Thank you, Jason.
And he walks out the door.
With that, we're going to call it for today. Thank you so much. We're going to go around and we're going to talk about our favorite moments, where you can find us next, things like that. As per usual, let's actually start with Samantha and go backwards.
Oh, neat. Hi. Okay, I'm Samantha. I really liked the twins. I like how they're like, does he do crimes?
That was complete and utter improv, but they're definitely going to be reoccurring characters.
I don't know. That was delightful. And then like where you can find me, yeah. I'm online. I do folk music. I'm at Mistress of Melody. The of is really important. No, it is. I promise.
No, we got that. All right, and next, let's go, Matt.
Oh boy. I think my favorite part of all this really was Megan. like the fact that Megan is just turning into this every situation I can charm my way out of person is very good. I'm waiting to see what happens more with that. That was just a lot of fun. Wow, you can find me next here on this channel on Thursday nights. I'm in the Star Wars game, playing a character who is more and more becoming a shonen anime hero. Thinks I hate it. Precious little idiot. And I stream myself on Jam Game Streams on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings at 10 a.m. Central Time. And I have a podcast called Hard Reboot, where me and two friends take a public domain property and give it a fresh coat of paint. We got an episode coming up here this next week. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Fabulous. Really excited. Thank you so much, Matt. Next, Hannah.
I adored all of the group chat shenanigans so much. Just like Christina going and being like, this man is so lonely. It was wonderful. You guys can find me next. I will be back next Friday at the same time slot, so the noon Mountain Time, for Beyond the Wall, where I play Jo, a mechanic who is way in over her head. And then also obviously back here next week.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Hannah. And Maddie.
So my favorite part was all the futurisms. I really enjoy the fact that we have Minecraft 2 written by Matthew Patrick from Game Theory. And I also like the fact that GameStop has become a tech giant and has subsumed Polaroid. So yeah, and you can find me nowhere. Do not find me. You can find me here next week. That's about it. So yeah.
I'm loving all this like future dystopia like theories of how the future is going to go. It's just amazing, and because it's a offshoot timeline, we can do what we want. Anyways, finally, I am Rowan North. I am a freelance illustrator and art educator. You can find my stuff at rowannorthillustrations.org, which I will put the link in the chat. And my favorite part, oh goodness. Yeah, today was actually really great. The the thing with this game in particular, and I think I mentioned this, is that literally it's you guys who are shaping how this is going to go, how the team's going to work, what supplies we have in the lab, like things like that. I am trying to, like, you guys are shaping this, and I'm already really enjoying it. Yes, it's taking a humorous twist for something that's kind of a horrific topic, but that's just perfect. And everything else I kind of improv off of you. For instance, Jaden and Timothy, which they're coming back. So, yeah, thank you so much. We are going to raid somebody somewhere. We have hashtag Team Pineapple and hashtag Team No Fruit, referring to pizza. If you guys want that to be the raid call, that's great. Oh, we do have Evan and Caitlin that I follow that is streaming. Should we go to them?
I've actually already got somebody pulled up. We're gonna go stream Sarah is Coffee. Fantastic content creator. Does a lot of really cool TikTok, D&D, cosplay stuff. And it's just a fun stream to hang out on. So definitely give her a follow if you're not doing so already. I'm gonna pop us over onto the rating screen.
Excellent.
There we go. And yeah, thank you everybody for watching, for playing. Thank you to Critical Misses and Bright Dystopia for those raids. Super appreciated. We're rating Sarah is Coffee. Templar. Yeah, and you can come back and catch us on Animus Absentus in about 2.5 hours. That is our sci-fi show where we're on season 3 now, so the crew has established new memories, but at the start of the campaign, basically they came out of their cryopods on their spaceship without any memories of who they were. And it's been a really fun journey so far. You definitely won't want to miss that. So that's in 2.5 hours right back here. And that will be our last stream for the week, so you can catch us again after that on Tuesday for our Subnautica-influenced or inspired game called Water. That is at 6 p.m. Mountain Time on Tuesday. I think that is everything we cover. So yeah, we're going to go on a raid. Pick whichever raid cry you would like. If you like pineapple on pizza, go with hashtag Team Pineapple. If you don't, go with hashtag Team No Fruit. Personally, I'm going with Team Pineapple, but follow. I was going to say follow your heart, but follow your stomach on this one. And I will see you all in a couple hours.